This one's a bit of a fun one. Am I the asshole for breaking a girl's camera and then asking her for money? I Hi everyone and welcome to another episode of Don't Go Broke Trying. I am your host Reni and this is our Coinfessions episode. If you don't know what that is, our Coinfessions episode are basically your money confessions that you submit to us either via our Google Forms, some people DM it to us on Instagram, or we get some from Reddit. So we love to answer your questions and basically answer all your money confessions. Okay. So if you want to submit one, make sure you submit it using the link in the show notes or in the description box. We love to answer them. You all know that I don't really like to answer these questions alone. I always have a guest with me. And today I have the amazing Tosin with me. Hi, Tosin. How
Hi.
are you?
I'm fine, thank
Good.
you.
Thank you for being here.
Thanks for having me.
Today, our topic is don't go broke trying to become an influencer. We are both influencers. We both make content, and Tosin also is on the influencer marketing side as on the brand side as well. So she knows a lot about the industry, and I think she'll do a good job of answering these questions. Are you excited to answer these
Yeah, I am
questions?
excited.
Okay. So, could you just tell the audience a little bit about you in case they don't know you?
Sure. My name is Tosin. I moved to Canada 5 years ago from Nigeria. I've been in the social media influencer marketing space for about 7 years.
Nice.
I've worked with brands like Coca-Cola, Urban Outfitters, McDonald's, and so many others.
Nice.
I've worked on TV, radio, and now on social media. So I'm really excited to be here.
Awesome. I love it. As I've said many times before, she's that girl when it
Thank
comes
you.
to influencer marketing, when it comes to content creation. If you like skincare, if you like beauty, if you like influencer tips, she's your girl. So I'll leave all her handles in the description box or in the show notes below. So we're gonna get into this. We have a few Coinfessions. Some of them are serious, some of them are yeah, most of them are pretty serious. Like I feel like normally these are very light, like am I the asshole? But honestly, a lot of people had questions for you, so they're
Okay.
more serious.
Okay.
And then we have one unhinged one that someone submitted. So I let's get into it.
Okay.
Okay, confession number one. This one is serious. Okay. Confession number one. Hi, Rennie. A brand is offering a collaboration and they want to send a gadget, but the worth of the gadget isn't up to what I charge for a post. How do I go about this?
Hmm. So they want to send a free gadget, but they
Yeah.
don't want to pay.
Yeah.
Um, I think you should just weigh the value of the item.
Mhm.
Yeah, it might not be up to what you usually charge, but in the long run, how is that gadget helpful for you?
That's true.
So, for example, if they what they want to send is maybe a camera,
I'm taking it.
example. So maybe the camera is actually worth maybe $1,000, but usually charge like $1,500 for a post.
Mhm.
But maybe it's a compact camera that it's easier for you to vlog with, and you can take it on trips and
Yeah.
things like that. So I think you can take that.
Yeah.
But you really just have to weigh what the value of the gift
Mhm.
in quotes is, and see if it's beneficial to you. But if you feel like it's not, like for example, I create content about skincare. There is no, I'm sorry, but there is no skincare product that a brand can send to me now that I cannot buy by myself.
Yeah.
So if you're sending me PR with no obligations, fine, you're just sending me PR. But if you're sending me a skincare product that is what, I don't know, X amount of dollars, and you still want me to do deliverables, but you don't want to pay, I
Mhm.
would just say no.
Yeah.
Because I don't think there's any skincare products that I've
Yeah.
tried it all. So
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah.
I agree. I agree 100%. I think a lot of people may not know what deliverables are. So we'll just say like sometimes brands will send you free things and then they'll say, okay, you must post one video about
About
this.
it.
And it's a no. It's actually a no for me always. Like if I can choose to post about it if I want, and you're sending me PR, public relations, basically like
Yeah.
just sending me things for awareness
Yes.
purposes, and hopefully I like the product and I post it. But you shouldn't really be sending things to people for free and not paying them for a deliverable.
And then specifying, oh, you should
Yeah.
post this.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. Like unless it's something, as you said, is really valuable. Like a brand sent me microphones and I was like,
Yeah.
okay, I'm gonna be using this in like every single video
Mm.
going forward. So it would make sense for me to make a short video about this, like a just a mention in one of my videos, not
Yeah.
even, and I accepted that. But normally, 99.9% of the time, I'm saying no
No.
to it. Yeah.
Yeah.
But again, I think it depends on what they're sending you. Skincare, no. um,
Lipstick, no.
no. Yeah.
Yeah.
Clothing, no.
Yeah.
But if they're going to be sending you a camera, a microphone, something that will really help you long term,
Term, yeah.
those are things I
And I
would be
think it
saying
also
yes
depends
to.
on where you are in your journey. Like maybe
That's
if you're
true.
just starting out,
Yeah.
you can accept it like to build your portfolio and things like that. But
Hmm.
if you've been in the game for like a year,
Yeah.
I don't think you should still be accepting
Yeah.
gifts for specified
Yeah,
deliverables.
and I also
Yeah.
think you should leverage the relationship that you build with that brand
Right.
and make it use
Yeah.
it to your advantage. So like, okay, yes, I'll do this one for free, but the next one that we're
Yeah.
doing, and oh, look how many people responded to this first post. Let's now leverage this into something,
A
a
sponsored post
sponsored
or
post.
affiliate program
Yeah.
or
Yeah. So and even with this one, you could even try for at least an affiliate
affiliate program.
program. Yeah.
Yeah.
So an affiliate programs for those that don't know is basically you tell them you post about this product, but then you're like, use the link in my bio to buy this, and then you'll get a commission every time someone purchases
Guys.
it. Yeah. Okay. I like that. Coinfession number 2. So this one is the unhinged one that somebody submitted. So if all of you don't know, I make content, yeah, obviously you know, but on Thursdays I do an Ask Me Anything session and on my stories, and somebody submitted this question for me. So I was like, oh, this relates perfectly to the topic. So let's talk about it. When the person submitted it on my story, I actually didn't respond. I told them to reevaluate their life choices because I thought it was a little unhinged that they would send this to me. But because Tosin's here, I was like, okay, this is good, and it kind of fits the whole theme.
Mm.
Okay, long confession ahead. Do you really think content creation is a sustainable career choice? With uncertain cash flow and zero benefits in terms of health, bonuses, etc. And if you wanted to back to corporate, your peers would have gotten way ahead of you and are earning more than 200K, but you'll have to start from less than 100K. And still on the content creation, it's becoming so saturated. Lots of people became creators during COVID, and almost everyone has a YouTube channel these days and are adding little to no value or copying other people's work. Plus, when you become when life changes, for example, you become married or you have kids, then you have to switch your content. And it just seems chaotic and short term. So, what's your long term plan, Rennie?
Oh my God. That was
So,
like 7 questions in one.
I was like, wow. So they could have just said, "What's your long term plan?" That's what they could have said.
Yeah.
But instead, they went through this whole thing. So I would love to know your take on this because I have thoughts, but let's hear from you.
So he or she or
Yeah,
they
they yeah.
touched on a lot of points.
Mhm.
So first off, they talked about you currently earning 100K and your mates earning 200K.
They, they
Mm.
said they said if I ever want to go back to
If you
corporate,
ever want to
I
go
will be
back.
earning 100K. I will have to start off my career over again, and then
But that's not true.
thank you.
Because there are so many skills that you pick up as a
Yeah,
content creator that are transferable
yeah,
into other industries.
yeah.
So, for example, as a content creator, you learn it's a business, so you're running a business essentially. You learn, how to market yourself. You learn about contracts. You learn about pitching. There are people working in sales in industries, a 9 to 5. That's what they're doing every day. They're pitching brands, they're reaching out to these brands. So almost every skill that you use in content creation is transferable in corporate, in the
Facts,
workspace.
facts.
So no, you're not going to start all over again.
Mhm.
If at all, you are probably going to head some of those people because now you are bringing in
Life
real life
experience.
experience
Yeah,
that those people probably do not have.
yeah.
So for example, for me, whenever I'm going into interviews, I never remove the fact that I'm an influencer. I used to when I
Mhm,
started my career because I wanted to differentiate both of them,
mhm.
but now I don't because
It's an
it's an
asset.
asset.
Mhm.
So I tell you, I've been on both sides, so I understand the pain points of people on
On
both
both sides.
sides of the
It makes you a
industry.
better influencer marketing
Exactly,
manager
because
because
now I can put myself in the shoes of the influencer.
yeah,
So no, you're not going to start all over again.
yeah,
You're learning so much that you can apply into that.
yeah. And if I comment on that, yeah, okay. First of all, let's start from here. The last job I had was paying me around 74K, and the job someone was trying to recruit me from that. They also had seen my YouTube channel actually at that time because I was about to quit and. I had my YouTube channel for about a year at that time. And they actually offered me over 100K for that job
Mm.
because they were like, oh, you already have done this
Yeah.
on your own. Now we just want you to replicate this at our business.
Mm.
So I think the whole point about like, oh, you have to start from less than 100K doesn't really make sense for I don't know for me because like 3 years ago my last job, or not 3 years ago, sorry, 2 years ago, what my last job was offering me 100K to do basically what I do now but for somebody else. And also you said that everyone is earning more than 200K, but like who?
It takes a while. Even 100K in
Yeah,
corporate, it takes a while for you to hit
yeah.
100K. How many? Maybe 1% of the population is
Yeah.
earning
Y'all,
200K. So
I think
the
social
person is
media
just throwing around
I think
numbers,
social media has made everyone think that everyone's making a
making
hundred
that much
thousand
money.
dollars, but
But
it's not
no,
true
like
at all.
even in the influencer industry, the percentage of people actually making that much
It's slim.
is slim.
It's
Not
slim.
everybody is making
No.
100K
Yeah,
at
the
the end
average
of the
salary
year.
in Toronto is like 40,000,
Yeah.
$50,000. Like a lot of people are living under the poverty line in
Yeah.
this country. So that's something. And also, yeah, I don't know. It just I, the fact that you're comparing someone to their peers, like, oh, don't start this job because
Your
your
peers will be
peers.
farther
What?
ahead
Like
of you.
I can tell that you're the type of person that that has been in their career for their whole
Yeah.
life and they're never gonna
Yeah, like allow people
change.
evolve.
Yeah,
Every industry is evolving, like even with AI and things like that. Like even in marketing, that it's a 9 to 5 job. A lot of brands are moving their marketing budgets into influencer
influencer
marketing.
marketing. Yeah.
So if you are set in stone 9 to 5 job, it has to be marketing, TV. A lot of brands have moved away from that. So if you're not evolving,
Yeah.
then are you even earning that 100K?
You're not. Yeah, and honestly, all the skills that I've learned here will make me an even more amazing
Yeah.
employee one day. So if I ever want to switch, and I think they're also trying to scare me or something, but like I'm not afraid to go get a 9 to 5. I feel like I say that a lot
Yeah.
on my stories. I'm like, yo, if the money is right, I'm there.
You
Like it's
you
much
go.
easier than this anyway.
Yeah, at least you're sure.
Yeah.
You have health insurance. You have so
Exactly. You
much.
have
You're
like
not paying
when I
everything
want to
out of.
have a baby, I'll have mat leave. Like
Yeah,
these are
exactly.
so yeah. Okay, what else did they say? Do you uncertain cash flow, zero benefits?
I mean,
That's
yeah,
fair.
it's uncertain cash flow is fair, but
Yeah.
that's where you have to learn how to manage your money.
Hmm.
Like even if you were working a 9 to 5, you still have to manage your money to work for you because you should
Yeah.
have an emergency fund and
Hmm.
things like that. You never know. Tomorrow they might just sack you. If
Yeah.
you don't have an emergency fund, you're back to square one.
Yeah.
So both there is no industry or there is no job where you don't have to financially manage your money well.
Yeah, it's weird. Yeah, like,
Yeah.
and also, I literally create content about financial literacy.
Literacy,
Y'all think I don't
exactly.
know how to manage my money?
Yeah.
Okay, what else did they say? It's becoming saturated, and everyone is adding little to no value to these days.
Which is wrong. Everybody has value that they add. Everybody, even an influencer that we probably think, "Ah, what is this person creating?" They have followers, right? So there are some people that find value in what they're posting. There are
Yeah,
content creators that all they do is post fine pictures of their face
yeah,
or fine pictures of the sky. And then you see them signing with Sony, Nikon, and all of that.
yeah,
So everyone is valuable, including you,
yeah.
the
And
sender,
I
the
wish,
sender.
yeah, I wish you knew how valuable that you
You
were.
are,
Yeah, I
yeah.
feel like you're the type of person who's tried to become a content creator, maybe, or you have aspirations, but you're scared. But I would really like encourage you
Encourage you
to
to to
start.
to try. Like
Yeah.
even my father is just like, I mean, to I want to start a YouTube channel. You're never too old. In fact, there's a looming part of the industry
Yeah.
where brands are now beginning to look for older
Older. I told my
influencers.
aunt, like, and my
So
mom, they're fashionistas. I'm like, yo, you guys can make
yeah,
a
you
whole
never
page about just
know.
showing your fits and it would be
Yeah,
valuable. So,
I
and
think
also, you cannot watch my content and say it's not valuable anyway. So I don't know
exactly.
why this came up. But okay, the last thing they mentioned was plus when your life changes or you get married, for example, or have kids, then you want to switch content to that type of content.
Well, a lot of influencers find themselves doing that.
Yeah.
Maybe their followers follow them for beauty and they just switch and they're doing only
Mom.
motherhood.
Yeah.
And that's it can be because of two things. Number one, it might be that at that point in their lives, that content they used to create just doesn't bring them joy anymore. They
Hmm.
just don't find fulfillment in that anymore. And then they switch. And it's okay if you like the content, you stay. If you don't, go. People that like that content will come.
Yeah.
But another thing is maybe the influencer just doesn't know the best way to pivot.
Hmm.
The best way is to merge
The
the
two
the industry or the niche you currently are
with the
with the one that
new.
you want.
Yeah.
So for example, you usually create content on finance and now you're delving into travel and you've started with showing us places
Cheap
where we can get
flights.
cheap flights,
Yeah.
so it merges the two.
Yeah.
But if you were known for beauty and now
Finance.
finance, it's like,
Where did this
but if
come
you tell
from?
us about, oh, where I buy cheap makeup or
Mm-hmm.
how you can get makeup for a year for less,
Mm-hmm.
now
Yeah.
you can merge both, and with time you can transition
Yeah.
fully.
And also, I think a lot of people follow influencers for their personality.
Yeah.
So even if like somebody becomes a mother and that's all they start posting, I feel like a lot of people still follow them because it's
For
like,
their
of course,
personality
people will
and their
follow.
story, because people follow their story. Like, there
Yeah.
are people that have been following me since I was, when I just left
Yeah.
school,
Yeah.
and now I'm married, and when I have kids they'll keep following, so they
Yeah.
just follow that journey.
Yeah.
And if tomorrow, if someone doesn't like, the kind of content I'm creating, they can
Unfollow. And I wish this
unfollow.
person would unfollow me too. But also, the last point I wanted to just make was if I make finance content, as you said, if I become a mother, then I can just make, oh, here's how you can invest for your child's
Yeah,
education, like, yeah.
exactly.
So I think their view is very myopic and like very one sided. I feel like maybe you're old or something and
Yeah.
you don't understand, but it's okay. Like, I hope to shed a little insight,
Inside, yeah.
Okay, are we ready for the next confession? This one's a bit of a fun one. Am I the asshole for breaking a girl's camera and then asking her for money? I, 23, female, do content creation on the side, and I had a last minute issue with my camera. Due to a deadline approaching with a brand, I needed to film a video and send it in ASAP. So I asked an acquaintance if I could borrow her camera. We were only online friends, but we always talked over text. She happened to text me during the time I was trying to figure out my camera situation, so I figured I could ask her. Funny enough, she is also a content creator, 23 female, and was looking for help getting more brand deals. On the day she was texting me saying she wanted to chat, on that day she was texting me telling me she wanted to chat about her content. So I picked up the camera from her, sat with her for over 2 hours, and gave her all the information I had about getting more deals and went home. While using the camera, I accidentally dropped it and the lens started to malfunction. It wasn't completely broken, but the lens wouldn't open entirely when the camera was turned on. It was an annoying issue, but the camera was still usable. I felt so bad. I obviously offered to drive her to get it fixed and pay. I was very clear that I didn't want to inconvenience her. A week later, she tells me that the repair place emailed her and said it would cost $350. I sent her the money, no questions asked, and kindly asked for the receipt. She told me she'd send it to me when she picked it up. A few days later, she sent me a photo of a receipt. On the receipt, there's an estimate of the cost to fix, which was $140. And then the total was $350. But the total had whiteout underneath, like a lot. It seemed tampered with. So I called the repair shop to confirm, and they told me it was $140. So I sent her a text and told her, I know that you only paid $140. And she said, yeah, I upcharged you because I had to go out of my way to blank redacted in redacted from the Best Buy, then redacted in redacted, which cost me about $150 by Uber.
Hmm.
The birthday vlog that week that I didn't make would have made me an extra $100 by now. I didn't want to risk using it mess up the lens even more. Uh, even though you offered to drive me and helped out, I declined it. I was glad to do it alone and on my time. So the extra money was from my own compensation. I was so shocked because I literally offered to help her get it all fixed. I responded with one, why would you go out of your way to blatantly lie to me? I handled the situation in the nicest way possible. I offered to drive you. You could have literally sent me screenshots of the Uber receipts instead of coming up with this lie. If you gladly Ubered, you wouldn't want to be compensated for it. You know you're wrong. You need to e-transfer me $208 by the end of the day. She responded back and said, respectfully, I'm not sending it back. The money went to the repair and my Ubers and a week's worth of Google AdSense. I know I won't get the money back, but I feel like she is so out of place. So, am I the asshole for breaking a girl's camera and then asking her for money?
Wow.
That was a long
That was a
line.
lot.
That was a long line.
So, no, she's not an asshole.
Yeah.
Um, in influencer marketing, in as humans in general, relationships are very important.
Mhm.
So I feel like she handled her side well by offering to pay, offering to take her around, but the other person didn't honor that friendship or relationship, or whatever we want to call what they have.
Mm-hmm.
So I think, yeah, you spent so much time doing this, and yes, it cost you this and that, but I want to believe that you should take this person as your friend, for you to, even if you are not like best friends,
Yeah.
but friendship to an extent where you can borrow them your camera, they can teach you everything about influencer marketing and
Yeah.
things like that. I don't think she should have gone that
No.
far. Personally, and this is just me, I wouldn't even collect the money, like
Yeah.
even the initial 150.
Really?
I
But
wouldn't.
she broke the camera.
She broke the lens,
Yeah.
and to fix it was 150.
Yeah. So
I mean, 150 is money, is a lot
yeah.
of money,
Yeah, it
but
is.
for the relationship, if it's my really close friend,
Okay. Okay.
I wouldn't take the money back.
Okay.
I allow her to carry me around, if that's
Mhm.
okay. But I don't think I would collect the money. But even if you want to collect the money, you
Mhm.
should have just collected the actual 150.
Yeah,
The
I agree.
extra wasn't needed,
Yeah.
because now she has strained that relationship,
Relationship done.
and you just never know where you might meet again.
Yeah.
And yeah, I don't it's a weird one.
It
That
is.
relationship is over.
Yeah, that relationship is done. Like
Yeah, it's done.
I think that the 150, I think like if I broke someone's camera, I'm paying it regardless. Like there's nothing you can do to not let me pay that money. I will hide the money under your pillow. Like you will, even if you don't want to take the money from
Yeah,
me,
which
you
would be the
will.
right thing to
Yeah.
do, to show, like, you are remorseful about
Yeah.
this. It's not like I intentionally smashed your
Exactly.
camera.
But the girl like lying to her, there's no way. The three she said, "Oh, it's for my Uber, for this, for that." It's not for that. It wasn't for
Yeah,
that
like I
because
took you
why is it on the
there.
same receipt as the
Yeah.
No, I think it's really backhanded of her and really shady to be doing
Yeah, and to
that.
be honest, even if she refunded the extra,
Mhm.
I still wouldn't be friends
No.
with that kind of person, because if you are shady enough to, change the receipts,
Yeah.
like, what can you not do? Rob World
Yeah.
Bank? Like, no.
Yeah, it's very weirdo vibes.
Yeah.
I don't like it. So yeah, I personally would not be friends with this person. I think you're not the asshole at all, but
Yeah.
you did what you had to do. Unfortunately, you're probably not getting your money back from this
Back.
girl,
Yeah.
and you just have to make peace with that, in my opinion. Yeah,
Yeah.
it sucks because I don't know how much the brand deal even costs you. That's $350 is now out of your pocket for it.
Yeah.
And then also like if the girl was being for real, you spent 2 hours with her consulting. How
Yeah.
much is your time
How
worth?
much is your
You
time?
drove over to her as well. So say you spend $200. Say your time is worth $50 an hour. 50, $100. Like
That's the thing. Sometimes when you give people things for free,
yeah,
they take it for
yeah,
granted,
they do.
because if she wanted to pay for that 2 hours,
Yeah.
she could have easily made
Right?
$1,000,
Yeah. Yeah.
for that consultation.
For real. But we move.
Yeah.
Okay, on to the next one. Oh wait, the overall vote on this was not the asshole.
Yeah,
So
for sure.
I like that. Some people said someone said you broke her camera and then took ownership of what you did. You took your responsibility you took responsibility to right your wrong.
Right.
Your friend decided to take advantage of the situation to make you suffer more than what you did. You did right, she did wrong. She's seriously an asshole. I agree.
Yeah,
I agree. And I think you need to cut this person off
for sure.
immediately. Someone said she can go to find another friend. She's a trash person, a trash bag of a person. I'm trying to find someone who says, yeah, everyone's saying asshole. Yeah.
Yeah, everyone would agree. Like, if anyone says otherwise, they're like, that's weird.
I just found one. Someone said
Ah,
everyone sucks here. Okay. So
really?
that means both people.
Mm.
You broke her camera. She lost use of the camera, costing her money. She had to take transportation to get this fixed. These costs she incurred because you were careless. She's in no obligation to get it repaired on your schedule or minimize the repair costs for you. She
Mm.
should not have lied about it, which is why I said that everyone sucks here. But if she included transport and lost business, would you have paid? She did you a favor. She incurred losses beyond the cost to repair. You are obligated to make her whole. Which I hear them
But I
on
did her a
that.
favor too by spending two
Two
hours of my
hours.
time
Yeah. I-
teaching her everything she needed to know.
Yeah, this one's a very like tricky
Yeah.
one, but in my opinion, they're asshole. She's not the asshole.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a lesson on relationships for
Okay.
sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Next confession.
Okay.
This one is I think a lot of people get scammed when they first getting into influencer industry. They get scammed.
Oh, yeah.
Those people who comment on your post and like DM us
Mm.
for free
Promo.
gift or
Yeah.
something. Yeah. So I think this is one of those situations. So My sister was offered an influencer deal on Instagram.
Mm.
Hi there. 90% sure my sister is about to fall for a scam, but I am struggling to get my family to listen to reason. My sister's Instagram account has 150 followers. It's a personal account, and there's nothing special about it. It's just her dog and her boyfriend. She has been sent a message through Instagram from a brand, and she won't tell me the name. They're offering her an influencer deal. Basically, they send her dresses and she posts pictures of her wearing them on her Instagram. She also mentioned something about a weekly competition to win $200 from them. I believe it's a classic fraudulent check scam. She refused to confirm if they're sending her checks, though. My family does not want me to cut her down with criticism, and my mom won't listen to any reason about this. Has anyone encountered this or has any idea of how the scam works? Thanks in advance.
Whoa. Like she should just wear clothes and post it in front of 150 people. Yeah, it's giving scam. I
Yeah,
think it's a scam. I think she should just tell her sister to research that company. More often than not, somebody somewhere would have posted about it, maybe on Reddit or any online platform
yeah,
about that company.
mhm,
It's most likely a scam.
yeah,
And if she should also check, they reached out via Instagram DM.
yeah.
Like
Not
that's,
professional.
yeah, not professional. And you have just 150 followers. You just post pictures of your dog, and I want to send you clothes.
Yeah, it's a personal account.
So, and it's a personal account. So, if they're sending you clothes, what else are they asking of you? Are they asking you for maybe a bank account? Are they asking you to pay for shipping of
Mhm.
the clothes?
Yeah,
You shouldn't be incurring any costs
yeah.
financially
Yeah.
to that. So,
What I think this is probably I like when I started getting followers, I think one of these brands DM me and I was like, oh, let me respond to them and
yeah.
see. And it's what they I think what they typically do is they say, as you said, okay, you're gonna give you like 30% off and then you buy the clothes and then
Yeah,
pay
or
for
you pay for shipping. Yeah,
why
that's usually what they
a
do.
ba- a brand
Tell you
okay
to
for
pay for
everyone who's listening, a
shipping.
brand should not you should not be paying to receive clothes from a brand
Brand.
if
Yeah.
they want you to be posting about it. At least even if you're not getting paid, the bare minimum is that you don't pay
Yeah, I
anything.
remember when I just got to Canada and I thought fashion content was my niche.
Yeah.
This brand offered to send me clothes.
Yeah.
The first time they when I got to the post office to collect the clothes,
Custom.
they told me I had to pay $40
Ah,
custom. I said no, return it. I'm not. I said no, I'm not doing that. So I think it hurt. The brand was really
salt their
salty
hurts.
about it. And then they were like, "Oh, we're no longer shipping to Canada." Blah 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 blah. And then a couple of months later, maybe it happened to other influencers, so they realized that
Mm.
it wasn't just me. I think they started covering that cost.
As they
So
should.
I just started getting it at my doorstep without having to pay extra.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
I just want you I know your sister's probably not gonna listen because she's like, oh, it's so exciting, I'm gonna become but like she has 150 followers.
Yeah. In the
Like, does she even post fashion content that
content.
they're
Yeah.
sending? I feel like when a lot of people want things quick, they don't want to work for
For it.
things, but
Yeah.
and she's like, "Oh, I've had my lucky break," but realistically, this sounds very fake to
It
me.
sounds really fake. And
Yeah.
I know people be like, oh, experience is the best teacher. It doesn't have to be your own experience.
Nah,
You can learn from others.
please
So
do.
I don't think she should give it a shot. Like even if it's legit, you're just sending me clothes to
Yeah.
post to 150 people.
Yeah.
What's the ROI for you?
Yeah, 0.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's some comments on this. 150 followers is not influencer level. I have about as many followers, and they're mostly people I already know. If they are just going to send her free clothes and have her post about it, I don't see how that would be a problem. But I doubt that it's as simple as that.
Mm.
I also doubt they're going to have competitions. It sounds like a waste of time. Yeah,
Yeah.
my
It
my thoughts as well.
is.
Okay, so our next confession is from a write-in. Hi, Reni. What advice, and Tosin, hi. What advice would you give to someone who feels like the niche they want to create content in is saturated? Can I still make money and be successful?
Yeah, you can make money and be successful. You just have to find something that makes you stand out or makes people want to come to you.
Hmm.
So it could be maybe your personality, um, the way you create your content, the format in which you create your content. For example, there are people that do everyone does get ready with me's on TikTok, but some people make their get ready with me's into like a playlist kind of vibe
Hmm.
where they have songs playing and you just feel like you are vibing with them, you're
Energy.
getting ready with them,
Yeah.
real get ready with me. And some people even go as far as sharing the links to those playlists
Mm,
after the video is over. So now you're sharing, more than just the beauty tips. You're
yeah.
also sharing music, you're sharing your love for music.
Yeah.
Some people in the beauty industry, it's their skin tone. Maybe they have undertones that are really hard to
Good
find.
point. Yeah.
And now their angle is it's beauty, but I'm creating beauty from the angle of someone that has an olive undertone, for
Mm.
example.
Or
So,
I'm super dark
oh, I'm super
skin.
dark skin
Mhm.
and come with me to find foundations for my skin
I
tone.
didn't even think of that.
So you just have to find an angle that you bring into it. For me, I'm merging beauty and influencer content together. And I've noticed that some of my content where I'm maybe washing my face while I'm giving influencer tips do really
Well,
well. So that could be it. It could be maybe your delivery is very funny. Like people have told me that my
she's
posts crack
hilarious.
them
Yes.
up, even though I don't plan to. I'm just being myself. But
Yeah.
people say it's really funny. Like when I made the post about having professional email addresses and not doing
It was
homosexy
hilarious.
23 at gmail.com, and people were cracking
Crying.
up,
Yeah.
like, because it's actually true.
Yeah.
So maybe your mode of delivery is what stands you out. You just have to stand out. It has to be something
Yeah.
unique about you, and there's something unique about everybody. You just have to find it and do it more consistently so that it becomes your brand, it becomes your style.
Yeah.
So yeah, go for it. it's
Yeah.
it's not too saturated at all.
I agree. Like I always see that quote about like go to the bread aisle. There are
So many
50 loaves of bread.
brioche,
Yeah, literally. And
different ones.
all of them keep creating because there's somebody there that wants that specific type of bread.
Bread.
So I would tell you to keep creating. And a lot of people I think they just don't create because they're scared to start.
Yeah.
And I think real creators, they create even when like they're scared. It's just like, oh, let's put it
Yeah.
out because I actually love creating. Like me, I was posting fashion content before I ever started finance, just because I like to post pictures.
Post
I
it.
wasn't making any
Yeah.
money.
Even if it's not doing as well. Like I
Yeah.
posted something on TikTok the other day that, not every post
Would do
would
well.
hit 10,000 views or 100,000 views,
Mhm.
but there are different posts for different things. Some posts is just for the community you already have.
Mhm.
It helps them,
Nurture your
nurture
community.
your community with them. Some posts are to bring in new people.
Mhm.
It attracts new people to your page, and then the post that you already created for the community makes them stay.
Yeah.
There are some posts that your community may not even like it, but the brand see that and be like, that's the kind of
Yeah.
content that I want,
That's
and
true.
then they pay you to create that kind of content. So every content, fulfills one of these things,
Mhm.
which is why you don't delete. There are some people, once it
Yeah.
doesn't do well, they just
I
delete
keep
it.
everything up
But you need a track record.
of success.
People have to come to your page and say, oh, she has done this long enough to know what she's talking about,
Yeah.
even though it's not getting as much traction as you want.
Yeah. Someone actually posted this video and they were like, consistency is key, right? And consistency doesn't always mean that you're gonna blow. Like that's
Yeah.
not the reality that, oh, just because you're consistent, you're gonna do well. That's not it. But you will get better at what you're doing.
Doing.
And
Yeah.
then eventually
You get
your
better by
people will
doing,
grow. Yes.
which is another thing. You
Yeah.
get better by doing.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
also, again, like people think of, I would tell you to think of the top 5 people that you watch, the 5 content creators. Are you only there for their content or are you for their personality? Like, are you
Yeah.
there for just because they talk about this niche? No. Like, again, there are 10,000 beauty creators, but you are different than the other
Yeah.
900,
And look at
9,000
how
people.
long that they've been doing it. Like I
Yeah.
know an influencer, she mentioned that she has been in this industry, I think maybe 6, 7 years.
Right?
And only in the past year has she made substantial
Money.
amount of money from content creation. She has been doing the same. She posts like all these aesthetics kind of videos and content. Even if it's beauty, it's still aesthetic and pleasing to look at. But she has always been like that. In fact, when she started by teaching people how to create aesthetic videos. I used to subscribe to her newsletter when I was in Nigeria. I've been reading her from then.
Yeah.
But imagine only now that she's just blowing up because one particular video finally
Did well.
did so well, and now she's getting all these brand deals. Now it seems like, oh, where's this girl? But she had been there all
For a
along.
long time.
Imagine if you waited till you were perfect in quotes. How do you get the perfection if you don't, keep doing, make mistakes, then try again? That's
Yeah.
how you become really good at it. So
Facts, facts. Okay, so next Coinfession. How much is a reasonable rate for a social media influencer with 40,000 people on Instagram and 70,000 on TikTok? Hi, everyone. Our nonprofit is inexperienced in terms of public awareness campaigns for an issue for which we are trying to drum up interest and views outside of just op eds in newspapers and such. This person's switching from newspapers to content, influencer
Mm.
marketing. We met with a social media influencer with about 40,000 followers on Instagram and 70,000 on TikTok. And for the production of a video where they would be doing nearly all the work, they were requesting $4,500 to $4,700. Because my experience is working at a larger nonprofit where the benefits were more obvious in terms of exposure for the celebrity or influencer, and the role was not to pay, I'm curious what the going rate is for an influencer in this tier for those who have actually paid for it.
I was actually even going to say nothing less than 5K.
Yeah,
That was what I was going to say.
I agree.
Some industries, and depending on the kind of work, you can even charge more,
Yeah.
but it
For me, I,
shouldn't
I,
be
I would
anything less
than
than
5K.
5K.
I,
It also depends on maybe the
mm,
platform. So for some reason, um, followers on TikTok
not,
are valued a bit less
I agree. I
than
would value.
followers on Instagram.
Mhm.
I don't know why. Maybe because people think it's easier to gain followers on TikTok. I don't
Yeah, and
know.
also I feel like they're not community really.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So if you have 100,000 followers on TikTok, you can't charge the same as someone that has 100 followers on Instagram.
Yeah.
So if the platform they want her to post on is TikTok,
Mm,
the rates might be different. But the thing is, they are close. She has 70K on TikTok and 40K on Instagram. She can as well charge 5K each
each, yeah.
if she wants to post on both, because the value is it's not the same, it's not the same level, but it's quite close. 40K on one and 70K on one. So I would say anything from 5K and above
Yeah.
for one video.
Yeah. And I guess it would also depend on like what is this influencer's engagement rate?
Great. Yeah.
What is the niche that they're in and does it align with yours? Like I feel like a
And
lot of
how long is the video?
yeah. What are
Yeah.
they doing? Do they have to do a whole skit or something, or is it just a talking head video where they're
Yeah.
setting like
Do they have to hire help
help to
to
record this
record the
video? I
video?
think a lot of businesses who reach out, especially small businesses who reach out to us, they do, like they think they want heaven and earth for zero
Yeah.
dollars, you know. And I get it. Like you guys may not have the biggest budget, but you have to realize this person has built their community. They built a following. You're tapping into said
Yeah.
following, and they are doing literally all the work. You just give them talking points. They come up with a script. Imagine if you paid a marketing agency to
See,
do all of this.
yeah,
And I think that's
exactly.
what I want brands to really
And to be
remember.
honest, coming from a company that used to do newspaper marketing,
Yeah.
they're probably getting that influencer for cheaper,
Oh, really? I don't know anything about
because
news.
newspaper and magazines, there's a way they charge based on how many eyes that they expect would
Mm,
see the content. So
mm,
depending on how many newspapers that the newspaper company sells
mm.
per day. Newspaper is per day, or if it's magazine, if they shell out editions once a month or twice a month, they estimate based on the number of eyes that they envisage would see that newspaper.
Interesting.
Now if one person buys a newspaper or a magazine, for example, 5 people might see it, but they are calculating based on how many people bought the newspaper or the magazine. If 5,000 people bought these magazines, that means 5,000 people have seen it, and then the newspaper or magazine company is charging times whatever
Mm,
their base rate is, times the
damn.
number of eyes that they think would see it.
Mm,
In the long run, influencer marketing is cheaper,
cheaper. Yeah.
which is why a lot of brands are moving their marketing budget. It's also cheaper than radio or television
Mm,
because the same thing applies. Radio has a way of doing their research to find out how many homes are watching per certain time
yeah.
every day. So they are multiplying that,
By
the number of
yeah.
eyeballs. And if it's a family that are like 3 people, that means 3 people have seen it. So
Mhm.
those are the little things that add up when you are advertising with prints, which is newspaper and magazines, and when you're advertising with broadcast, which is TV and radio.
Mm,
So in the long run, influencer marketing is cheaper.
cheaper. Good to know. Yeah. I think it's because it's new STEM. They may not see the value or
Yeah.
anything, but it is what it is. I
Yeah.
like that. Those are her rates or their rates. I wouldn't try to negotiate them lower, right?
Yeah.
Some of the comments. It's not about followers. It's about engagement. Do their post drive shares, comments, and likes? Use that to determine their influence. followers can be purchased. But you're asking about video production. That's a decent price for basic
Mm.
video production, in
Yeah.
my opinion. So which is it? Is it that you want in on their influence and their network, or do you simply want a video produced? That's a
Mm.
good question,
Yeah.
actually, because
That's a good
if you just want a
question.
video produced, go to the marketing agency, go to a videographer and hire them. But
Yeah.
you are really tapping into the influencers, like the value that they offer
Value.
is that
Yeah.
influence that they
Because
have.
if you would hire like an actual marketing agency, they will pay an art director, they will pay models, they will pay videographer, they will pay makeup artists, they will pay fashion stylists,
Way more than
they
this.
will pay a producer, a first AD, probably a second AD. They will pay. I'm telling you all the things that they have to pay for.
Yeah.
But now you're doing all of that,
Mhm.
and you're just paying you 5K or
Yeah.
4K, whatever the
Literally,
amount is.
yeah.
So really,
You're
in the
saving.
long run, you're
Yeah.
saving them so much money
Yeah. And again, you already have the audience built in with
in
the
there.
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so the original poster actually responded and said, "These are excellent questions. We've had influencers with more followers request a few $1,000s, and their followers were so obviously paid for, which scares me a bit because how much variance there is between her video likes. She had like 750,000 likes for a few videos, and then 1,000 for other. I mean, I think they mean views, not likes.
Mhm.
And then 1K for others. It's just a bit confusing at the
So
moment.
now for now she has given in more
Hmm.
context. For an influencer with 40,000 followers having 1,000 views, that I wouldn't pay a dime for that. I'm not even saying 200. I wouldn't pay a dime because it's obvious that the followers are either bots
Hmm.
or our followers just don't rate. They don't rate her. They don't rate that person at
That's
all. So what am I buying into?
yeah,
Except I'm buying just the production, just the video, and I
yeah,
collect it from her. You don't post, just create the video. That's UGC. And then I would use the video in ads or whatever I want to do. But paying for that influence, if you are just having 1,000 views, not even 1,000 likes, because for some reason it's like people are stingy with
yeah.
likes
They
these
are. I
days.
know.
So if you have maybe 5 10,000 views, for example, but 1,000 likes, it still makes sense. But 1,000 views for someone with 40,000 followers,
Collaborate.
especially on
Mhm.
Instagram. TikTok, I might excuse it because TikTok has a way of playing with you and playing
Yeah.
with your views.
Honestly,
I wouldn't say don't pay at all for TikTok. I would say maybe don't may not pay up to 5K
yeah,
if the views are that bad. But if it's on Instagram, for some, even how people complain with the algorithm of Instagram, to an extent, it's still better. At
yeah.
least your average
My views are good.
views
I love
would
Instagram.
be, they would make sense.
Yeah.
But someone with 40,000 with 1,000 views, nah.
Mm-mm. No. Yeah. Uh, you said exactly what this person responded. They said, "It's oh shoot, I lost it." But the person basically said it seems that they don't have any loyal followers,
Yeah.
or and then those ones with a million views, maybe they had paid promotion
Yeah.
behind it. So,
For some reason, there are even some people like even on TikTok, even sometimes TikTok plays with you and doesn't show your content to as many people.
bruh,
But when you just search, even when you just search their name on TikTok, you can get a feel of how people feel about them, how their followers feel about their
yeah.
content. And if you are just seeing that you can't see anybody, nobody's talking about their content, and the views they're having on each video is not adding up, nah,
Don't waste your
yeah.
money. Okay, so the last confession that we have is I want to start content creation, but I have no money. If someone wants to start, what are 5 things that you think they should start from? For example, do I need to pay to set up a business email and buy a new camera
So I would say get as many free things
as
as you,
possible?
you can.
Hmm.
Start with as many free things as you can. For someone to send this question, I assume you have a mobile phone.
I would
And
think
I
so.
assume that it's not Nokia 3310. I assume at least it's an iPhone 8 or something,
Yeah.
at least.
Hmm.
You can create a decent video with iPhone 8.
Yeah.
You just need a window. As far as sunlight is coming in,
Hmm.
you can sit down and create your video.
Yeah.
Even if you can't afford to get a tripod, you can stack up books. When I started content creation, I didn't have a tripod. I stacked up books and I placed my phone. It takes a couple of tries, but you can do it. And I
Yeah.
placed my phone on it. If you are using your phone, your back camera has better quality than your front camera.
Mm.
So find a way to use the back. It might be hard for you to see what you are doing, but maybe put a mirror in front and you can see what you are doing.
Mhm.
What I do sometimes is I have a standing mirror that I can hold,
Mhm.
and I just put it and
Smart.
I can see if I'm in
Yourself.
focus.
Mm.
So for microphone, your inbuilt iPhone mic is really good.
Yeah.
You can start with that. For editing apps, there are free apps that you can
iMovie.
use
Yeah.
depending on your industry. If you are in skincare or makeup, for example, you can always go to these stores and get samples.
Mhm.
There are samples at Shoppers, there are samples at Sephora. You can go there. If you are in fashion, I don't know if they still do this, but before the pandemic,
Yeah.
people used to go
I remember.
get clothes, create content with it, and return it.
Yeah.
If you feel like that's unethical and you don't want to do it, go in there, pick up the clothes, go into the dressing room,
Mhm.
try them on, create the content right there and then. Funny enough, dressing rooms at stores usually have great lighting for
Yeah.
some reason. So go
That's
there,
facts. Yeah.
create your content and move out. So look, there are always ways to get the material for you
Yeah.
to do. There are free apps you can use to edit and things like that. Email, there are free emails, xxx, whatever your name is, at gmail.com.
Yeah.
You know, do everything for free in the
I
beginning.
agree.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
that's
I
the
think
easiest
a lot of
way.
people are scared to start because again, they're like, "Oh, I have to invest so much money. I have to get this equipment. I don't feel good enough to start." But babes, like start from where you are.
Yeah.
I start like I have lights now, but I got them last year. I've been on YouTube since 2020, right? I never had any lights. I have a window and I used the window for 2 years and I
It's
was
even now
perfectly
that
fine.
people are starting content creation with
Yeah, like
big. Think of all the content creators that you know that have the big names now. They all
yeah.
started. They didn't even start with the phone. They
Yeah.
started with the is it
Yeah.
camcorder or like the camera of their laptops,
Yeah,
which and
webcam.
the quality is way
It's trash.
worse
But
than
again,
phone
when you get better as you
as you
go, and
go.
you don't want
Yeah,
to invest so much into something before you've even seen if you like it, if you've
yeah.
seen that it will do well. So you have to just start with what
There's
you
so many people.
have.
The average TikTok influencer uses their phone,
Yeah.
and they are
Oh, no,
making
there's
thousands
actually
of
no reason
dollars.
to.
Yeah,
I grew to how big without just using my phone on TikTok. Like you don't need anything other than your phone, in my opinion. Now I'm using my camera just because I'm trying to do a little something, but I'm perfectly fine with using my
you're
phone. Like
using
there's
your
no,
phone.
and
Yeah,
I have an iPhone 12, so I guess it's a decent phone, of
yeah.
course, but
It
I
is.
don't have the one with the three camera or anything like that. It's perfectly fine to
It's
start from where
fine.
you
Yeah.
are. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Well, I hope this episode was helpful to everyone. If you have a confession that you would like to submit, please use the link in my description box or in these show notes. And yeah, submit there. Tosi, thank you for being
You're
here. If
welcome.
someone wants to find you, where would they find you?
You can find me on Instagram at the Tosin Olani, on TikTok at Tosin Olani. On YouTube, the Tosin Olani. I'm also starting a new YouTube channel called the Influencer Godmother, so
Uh-uh.
you can check me out there too.
Yes, we're excited for that. If you want tips about influencer marketing, she is your go-to, and I think it'll be really good,
Yeah,
especially if you are looking to become a content creator, or even if you're already a content creator. The tips will be very helpful. So
for
we
sure.
excited. We can't
Thank you.
wait. Thank you everyone for listening. I really appreciate you listening to this whole episode. It means a lot to me, and it would mean even more to me if you shared this video on your Instagram story. Also, make sure that you use our hashtag DGBTpod and post on Twitter. You can respond to all of the stories and say what you think of the episode, what you think of a specific story. I'd love to hear your thoughts about the unhinged question. I would really love to hear your thoughts. So make sure you just tweet us at DGBTpod and use the hashtag DGBTpod as well. So thank you once again, Tosin, for being here. Thank you all for listening, and we will see you in the next one.
Bye.
Bye.